Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my scones recipe, a very easy one, and it's a hit with all my customers. Baby Tandeka there on the background. Don't mind the baby screams and everything. That's my little baby there. And then for the recipe, this is what you need for the famous scones. First, I mix all the dry ingredients together, but before that, I sifted in my 3 cups of flour. I put in the pinch of salt, mix with the flour. That's the 3 tablespoon baking powder. I mix, icing sugar. I mix and mix. Make sure it's nicely mixed. Ooh, the dust, while doing this, I didn't see this dust. I guess this phone is high resolution. Okay, then I set aside my dry mixture. 3 eggs, I break and separate the egg yolk from the egg white. Break the next one. I use a flat surface because now the egg doesn't break and get into the egg. The shell, I mean. I break 3 of the eggs. What I usually used to do is I would only use the egg yellow. But I've noticed that the white goes into wasting. So I put a little bit of the egg white as well into my egg yellow. I mix the egg yellow. If you want to use an electric mixer, you can do that. But for the purpose of this video, I used the most basic tools. Little bit of the egg white because I don't want it going to waste. The remaining of the egg white, you'll see towards the end, I use it to brush the top of the muffins. No, of the scones, I mean. I put in the cooking oil, mix in, mix in, mix in, mix. I mix and mix and mix. My cup of milk and mix, 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 mix. It would be quicker with an electric mixer, but who cares? Then on my dry ingredients, I put my 15 grams butter. This is pure margarine. You can use Rama or stock. Mix with my fingers, and I mix with my fingers. For this, it's hands that you must use and your fingers. No mixing with the electric mixer. Hand mixing the dry ingredient with my margarine. Mix, mix, mix until it resembles bread crumbs, but not super bread crumbly. It will just resemble nice mini almost bread crumbs. Mix using my fingers as well, taking the flour high so that I can get air into the whole flour. I mix, mix, and rub, 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 rub with my fingers, rub with my fingers, rub with my fingers. Remember, on that purple bowl, I have all my wet ingredients. I pour my wet ingredients and use my spatula to mix. Do not overmix. As you mix, if you look, I don't overmix like a mixing pap or mesh, but I just mix cutting in a cutting formation. Cut, put all the dry and all the wet ingredients inside. I mix, mix, mix. Then with the remaining flour, I put it on my hands and then handle the dough. I'm not mixing the dough, but I'm just making it easy to handle. I put the remaining flour on the surface for cutting. I take my dough, pat it nicely. I do not over handle it. I do not press it hard. Just press it just enough for it to be able to be cut. I use my plastic glass. It's plastic. This is not glass. Then I cut. You can choose how big you want your scones to be. I usually love them small. Cut, cut, I cut. Yep. This is how I cut. I do have a proper cutter, but for the purpose of this video, this is to show you that you do not need expensive equipment for baking, but you use what you have at home. Then I take my non-stick pan. I put all the scones in, leaving enough space in between the scones. That one, I don't like the shape. I will just have to change it. Put on my pan. Before doing this, I had preheated my oven at 190. See, I change what I think is not nice. I put in. But being careful not to over mix. Even with the leftover dough, I do not over handle it. There I go again. Yep, that's it for the pan. Then you noticed last I had egg white that was left on my wet ingredients. I will now be using that egg white to brush all my scones. Check how much space I left in between. This is plus or minus how much space you should leave when packing your scones in your baking sheets. Brush with the egg white. I brush with the egg white. Tandy, brush with the egg white. Voila, I'm finished. Then I bake at 180. And before baking, I had let my scones sit for plus minus 15 minutes so that they rise a bit. There they go. Bake for 15 minutes. Okay, I checked, they were not yet golden brown, and then I left them more. I think it was for 2 minutes or so. Voila! There are my beautiful soft scones. Notice on this recipe, I did not use vanilla essence. If you like, you can add, but I personally do not like the smell of vanilla essence. Nice, warm, soft scones. Yummy. These are perfect with jam, with cream, or you can have them as they are. Yummy. Oh, Tandeka, you want some? There you go. They are nice and soft. You do not need to put them in a container or close them anywhere. They are soft from the moment they come out from the oven. Yummy. There you have it.